Kind of just to start off, I mean, Mika competing 3 events for the first time. We watched your reactions for every gymnast, but it seems like you were really proud of her and how she competed from watching you react. So
yeah,
can you try to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but actually when I was coaching up in NorCal, Mika was actually one of my club athletes, and where we started from, like when I first started coaching her those years ago to where she is now is like tremendous growth. And then when she came in the preseason, she's got so much ability. She just said it. She's like this really cool combination of just like power and grace, and she has so much gymnastics left in the tank. And so for her, it was really just building confidence to be able to go out and perform like she is. And I really felt like over like really the past 2 weeks, something's clicked for her to be able to be just really intentional, really confident, and really attack the gymnastics she's doing. And so really for her to get the opportunities to compete today and go out and be as aggressive and confident as she was just like, I don't know, it's just made me so happy because I'm just very, very proud of her. And it takes a lot to change the mindset you compete with. It's like, I think it feels completely different in NCAA than it does in club. And really to be able to completely shift it into really being team focused, but also being very confident and aggressive when maybe that's not who your character was is really hard to do. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of practice and a lot of mental, focus. And she's just really put in the work. And so I'm really, really proud of her.
Obviously, it was a big night for Freda with her performance and then career high on bars.
Yeah.
How have you seen like her, stride, confidence, energy kind of change and transform throughout this season?
Yeah, this season has been different for her. She's very steady, and I think that's a little bit of a piece that she was still building in previous years. And I feel like this year she doesn't get fazed by something that doesn't go right. Like her warm up today on bars was not her best, and I think she missed like 2 or 3 dismounts, uncharacteristically. But she just stayed steady through it, made the corrections, got it done, then obviously was able to come out and compete so well. And it's just like an amazing example for the rest of our team to have somebody competing at such a high level, but just to have such a steady mentality about how they approach things. And it was very special to see her just nail that routine. She does it in the gym all the time with all the casts and the stuck landing. But we've kind of been waiting for it to happen in competition. So that was really special, especially after her getting to do the national anthem today too. Like it was just a very cool day for Freda, and I was just very proud of her.
So earlier this week when we talked to you, you couldn't wait to tell us how well bars was going during track days.
I told you, right?
Yeah, and you called it season high today. So yeah. What was it in practice that kind of gave you the idea that they would do so well?
Yeah, I started to see just extreme efficiency and where the turns they're taking are just exactly how they want them to be, more consistently. And I just feel like a lot of the little things are getting cleaned up. And so those are kind of 2 of the things I started to see happen over the past kind of week and a half. And so this week, I don't think anybody that's in our bar lineup had a rough day. They were just so efficient. And so when I start seeing that, I'm like, oh, it's going to show soon. It's going to come together. So I was really proud of them. I know they're really excited, especially about landings and just overall being aggressive and attacking the routine that they perform. So it was a good bar day.
I want to talk about vault too. I feel like the score didn't exactly reflect, just how much improved it was. I feel like, what kind of stood out to you on that event?
Yeah, we were in the warm up, and it was really Riley and Mika and Macy, 3 freshmen in the lineup. They're were attacking the warm up and nailing it, and they were just so confident. And it was just to me, that was such a game changer for us because we've kind of been waiting for them to settle in and be able to put them in the lineup. And even today we're well, let's go for it. Let's try it. And the way that they approached it was exactly everything we could ask for from them. And so to me, vault was a huge win. The score didn't quite reflect that, but I'm very, very excited about where the team's headed on that event. Just got to stick some landings and I think we'll be good to go. So,
watching practice before the season began, it was, Mika has so much potential, but it was can she control the landings? And it
Yeah.
really seems like she started to control those landings. Can you talk about the work she's been putting in to be
Yeah.
able to control herself when she's going through her passes on floor, or
Yeah.
doing her dismount on vault, not on bars and vault, and etc.
Yeah, it's really about being able to lock in your technique so that it's very consistent, so that when you approach the skill, it's the same every single time. And once you can get to that point where your technique is so dialed in that it becomes the new habit, then you start to see things really become consistent, like landings and things like that. And I feel like, Mika, two things. One, the confidence and the aggressiveness she approaches her gymnastics with has improved a ton, but also her technique has really gotten dialed in so that she can be locked in on what she needs to do to be able to land well. So it's exciting seeing it come together for her, for sure.
All right. Following tonight's meet, UCLA is going to break into the top 2 ranking nationally.
Serious?
Yeah.
I thought we had to have one more 10.
Yeah, having
Okay, cool.
started at 10 for the season. So
Okay.
how does it feel to really be competing up at that,
Yeah.
just as high as you can possibly be?
I feel like the team's really earning it. I mean, that's the thing. Like, at this point, it's not what we focus on, but really, I feel like each and every week they're challenging each other to get better. And I think that's really hard to do when you're halfway through season and, midterms are happening and all the things. And they're coming in the gym and they're being really aggressive, really intentional, and they're challenging each other each and every day to continue to get better. And so I really am very proud of them because they're earning it, and not everything's perfect when we come out to compete yet, but they're really staying present in everything they're doing. And so I think it's just a reflection of the work they're putting in and just really how in it together they are. And I think that's been game changing for us this season.
Caitlyn Rosen did 2 exhibition routines today that she probably could have competed with on any other day. So what kind of progress has she made, and how close is she to cracking a lineup?
Yeah, she's doing great. I think it's been about probably 2 weeks now where we really saw her confidence start coming back, her numbers start getting dialed in, made some compositional changes in her beam routine so that she could be a little bit more confident with what she's doing. She does an annoti now, which is a really unique skill you don't see in NCAA competition very much. So for her to nail that skill today was really cool. And, it was one of the highlights for me to see Caitlyn back out there just competing with confidence. I think sometimes you go on these journeys and, for her to, have some setbacks and then really push herself to gain that confidence back and do the work that she needed to do to get there was very cool to see. So excited for her. She's a huge part of our team and the success we have, whether she's in a lineup or not. Just her energy, attitude, effort every single day is everything you could ask for. So really excited to see her hit those routines today and, definitely be able to use her moving forward.
I also wanted to ask about how the meet was Pride Night tonight, or the Pride meet.
Yeah.
What does it mean to host a meet celebrating, the LGBTQ community?
Yeah, our team, we really pride ourselves on being an inclusive team where everybody is celebrated for being their true authentic self. And to have a meet like today where we're bringing awareness and celebrating it's everything to us, because that's who we want to be. That's what we want to represent. And so, today was just about celebrating, it was about joy and love, and it was a special day for sure.
One of the gymnasts that I've noticed has kind of taken a step on an event is Shay Campbell on bars. Can you talk about her progress on the event, especially, being graduate, you've been able to work with her on the event for 3 years. So what have you seen from her and building confidence and getting those handstands, which I think were pretty great? Yeah,
she finally stuck her bar dismount today. She's been building that up in the gym and been waiting for it to come out at the meet. So that was a really exciting moment for her. But, Shay is she's steady and she works really, really hard, and she's very consistent in everything she does. And so, she's willing to do the little things that she needs to do to dial things in. And I think just when I watch her routine now, she's one of those people that she doesn't have to take extra turns because she's hitting her handstands. Her body shapes are great. Her swing is beautiful. And so it's really just been dialing in the dismount the last couple weeks. But, really proud of the work she puts in on bars. And she's just a very steady lead off for us there. And, today was a great one for her. So
I just had one last question.
Sure.
I saw the girls had ribbons in their hair. Were they all like different colored? Did they mean something? I was just curious about that.
Yeah, they got to choose their ribbons today, so yeah. But a lot of them had like braids that were hearts and stuff. Like
I saw Shay's hair.
Yeah, Freda and Sienna do most of the braiding. It's like a whole braiding salon that they do, but they're so good at it. But yeah, had some really cool hairstyles and cute ribbons. So yeah.